Welcome back. Marika Flatt with Texas Lifestyle Magazine has just been halfway around the world, and she's going to encourage us to join her. She's here to talk about her recent travels to Australia and New Zealand. Good morning.
Good morning.
A world away, but so much fun.
Oh, I know. And I highly recommend it to people because I feel like Australia and New Zealand are kind of having a moment these days.
I was wondering about this.
Yes. You talk to people and they say, oh my gosh, I'm thinking of going, or I'm going next year, or it's on my bucket list. And now's a great time to go because, Rosie, the exchange rate is really good for Americans right now.
Favorable for us.
Yes. And so you might find that there's some pricing over there that seems a little high on food and beverage. But when you consider the exchange rate in New Zealand, which we'll talk about here in a minute, it's almost, our dollar almost goes for $2.
Wow.
There.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then not only that, but you were talking about how the Olympics are not all that far away. So this is a time to get excited.
Yes, in Brisbane. And we'll talk a little bit more about Brisbane too. But, it's people get intimidated by the long flight.
Yes.
That's mostly what I've heard.
I am.
Yes. And it's not that bad. From Austin, we had a layover in LA. And then the long flight into Brisbane, it's doable. I mean, it's, to me, now having been, I will just put it on the same weight as going to Europe. And I know it's a few extra hours, but it's really not that bad.
I bet it's one of those overnight flights. You can settle in, you can sleep, and then get going once you hit the ground running.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I will give another quick tip here. On the way home, we ended up with an overnight connection in LA and stayed at a hotel called the Anthem, which is max a 10-minute Uber ride. And it helped us with our jet lag because it was 5 p.m. Pacific when we landed. We had a good night's sleep, got up the next morning, flew back into Austin, and really didn't have a problem with jet lag.
That's thinking. I like this. Okay, so we're going to start with the Qualia Resort.
Yes.
I'm going to need help with pronunciations today. This is Eastern Australia.
Yes, on the coast of Australia. So we all hear about the Great Barrier Reef. It's very close to there, which, that was one of my bucket list items for visiting. So we flew into Brisbane and then we took a little flight up to Hamilton Island. Hamilton Island is a very small little island. Everybody gets around by golf cart. There's a cute little marina there, but Qualia's on the north part of the island, and it's a beautiful luxury resort. So this is for a special occasion, I would say. They have a handful, well, not a handful, but quite a few, they call them pavilions. I like to think of them as like villas, and because it's a little house that has your own bedroom and bathroom and living room, but the hero of the house is your little plunge pool that you have, and ours happened to face sunset.
Oh, lovely.
So I realized I was planning our days around sunset. How great is that? I mean, that's the life, right?
That's kicking back and relaxing. Okay, Brisbane was kind of your go-to home base. Tell me about it.
And so Brisbane is one of the top 3 cities in Australia. You've got your downtown area. There's a really great hotel there called the Californian island put together is what I was told. Carlisle is in an upscale shopping district and not too far of a walk from their river trail. And the river trail was my, I think, favorite part of that area of Brisbane because it's got a lot of really good restaurants. It's got a very popular walk and bike trail like we do here in Austin. And you can just walk around. So I loved being right there at the Carlisle. There was another hotel that we stayed at called the Ovalo that was easy to get around. But Rosie, if you are in Brisbane, you have to get outside of town a little bit to an area that has a day spa called Soul Elements and these cute little wander pods. It's called Wander, and they have these little pods in the middle of nowhere that are little overnight stays, and you can set up for them to have your food and beverage in the refrigerator when you get there. Gorgeous view we had over a lake, and it was time that we could just slow down.
Wow.
Yeah, so I loved that piece of it.
Sounds like glamping.
Yes, yes, but you're in a little contained unit.
Lovely. Okay, Huka Lodge. This was in New Zealand, which was the only spot, because it's technically winter down there, where it actually felt a little cool.
Right. So we were on the coastline in Australia, giving us like 60s and 70s in their winter.
This is gorgeous, by the way.
Well, Rosie, when somebody asked me now just yesterday, what would I say first about New Zealand? The scenery is out of this world. It is like a painting everywhere you look.
That's why they do all those movies there.
Really, absolutely. And Huka Lodge is about 3 hours south of Auckland. So there's a lot of flights from Texas into Auckland. It's their big major city on the northern island. And about 3 hours down, Huka, it's part of a group of accommodations called Beckons properties all over the world. And Huka is gorgeous property. There's a river that runs behind the cabins, so you have a very peaceful, calm view looking out your cabin. And I love a good all-inclusive. So
who does not?
All-inclusive. You don't have to worry about your food and beverage if you're just having the normal like New Zealand wines and beers. Elevated dining,
a great, like, cultural experience in itself.
Yes. And they have this great little wellness area that has a sauna and a hot tub and a cold plunge. And so it is a good place where you can be as busy as you want to be, or as quiet and stable as you want to be. Yeah.
Okay, Te Arai Links.
Yes.
This is the one that we're having the hardest trouble with, with pronunciation, but it's in New Zealand as well.
Correct. It's a little over an hour north of Auckland, and so it's up on the coastline. And when we were driving there in our rental car, I had an article to write, and I couldn't because I was just looking around. It was just gorgeous. And then, so you're in these rolling green hills, and then about 5 minutes before you get to Te Arai, you see sand. So you're in the sand dunes. There's surf lessons that we got to watch. I didn't take part in the surf lesson, but you can see here that
so green.
It is. You've got the greenery because they're known for their 2 golf courses that are championship golf courses. So our villa had an electric fire pit that we lit up every night, then the golf course, and then the South Pacific Ocean.
We'll have to leave it there.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yes,
I'm so glad you had a good time. Read Marika and Crew's articles online and sign up for the Lone Star Lowdown by going to TexasLifestyleMag.com.